You are welcome to PMO Strategies Podcast, Strategies Podcast Corner. This is run by PMO Strategists, and PMO Strategies essentially is an entity for supporting business houses to move their businesses in a strategic direction. So this endeavor is essentially to help businesses in moving in the strategic directions with the force and the competence which is required in the present time. Before I go into that area, let me share with you how we are going to go through this podcast. As I brought you the brief introduction to PMO, then I will share with you the strategic corner podcast purpose, why this is being done, and what benefits it will bring to the businesses and professionals. Then we will capture the insightful views and experiences of the learned speaker who is with us today, Dr. Joel. And then finally, what services are provided by PMO services to the business houses. So this is going to be our journey for today in this session, in this event. Thank you very much again for joining us in this podcast. The purpose of this podcast is to help business and professionals, particularly the professional business managers and professionals, to learn the approach of the senior professionals and business leaders who have been successfully able to manage their businesses to run through the challenging time, that is post COVID area and COVID-19 area, all through that times, because that was the most challenging time where most of the businesses were brought to just survival mode. So how this area was taken up, this needs to be learned. And then finally, what the learned speaker is going to share, the knowledge and experience for moving to the next level. This needs to be understood by the professionals for their own practice in the present time and moving to the next level in performance and to the next level in business. So this is how we are going to go further on. Here is my introduction. My name is M. Aslam Mirza. Assalamu alaikum. I am PMO Strategist founder and CEO, and I have very extensive exposure to business and industry, particularly in construction. 20 plus years I have spent in construction and manage a construction company in CEO and MD position as well. This has been a very, very interesting exposure, because there I came to know that project management has come from construction and aerospace industry, because these two industries are project-based industries. And that brought me the strength that I belong to the motherhood of project management. So having learned that, I took my all experiences and knowledge put into the book, and I will draw your attention to my 4 books which are written under the theme of project management and leadership, and particularly under the theme of aura, which is a distinctive environment of energy surrounding a person or a team who have moved to the next level of their performance and to high level of performance. So these 4 books with reference to aura: A goes for applying project management principles for organizational transformation, U goes for understanding human factor and workplace environment, R goes for respecting diversity, building team meaningfulness and growing to leadership, R goes for agility in project management and collaboration. So with these 4 areas of knowledge and experience, one can build the competence to move business and personal career to the next level. So this is what briefly I had to share with you. Here I would like to bring to you Dr. Joel, who has been very learned and very extensive exposure to the business industry, and he's very extensively supporting the business houses. Particularly, he has very strong work on green project management. So I would like to ask Dr. Joel to share his own experience and knowledge, so that for the interest of the participants, so that I may not miss out any area which is important to be shared with you. Dr. Joel, please share your intro.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here. I'm Joel Carboni, founder and president of GPM, and I'm an advocate for sustainable project management. I created the PRISM methodology and the PFAC standard. I've actually got over 30 years experience in project management, and I'm only 30 years old. It's kind of amazing. But these standards are used around the world to help organizations deliver projects and create long-term environmental, social, and economic value. So I also write for the GRI, Global Reporting Initiative, on sustainability standards, and I've been featured in Forbes multiple times, particularly around leadership, sustainability, and how we navigate complexity in modern business. At the heart of my work is a belief that project managers really hold the keys to meaningful change. If we equip them with the right tools and mindset, they can not only deliver results, but help build a more sustainable and resilient future. So that's really who I am and kind of what I really care about.
Thank you very much, Dr. Joel. So impressive exposure and knowledge area you carry. I'm really impressed with the two languages you have exposure, English and Japanese. Japanese, my good God. I would love to know how you came across Japanese.
I was really bad at Spanish.
Oh my
So
God. Oh my God.
in middle
Okay, I can
school,
understand.
it's
Well, a
funny,
learned
middle
person
school,
cannot stop at one point. I can understand that. Well, okay. Before we go into more details and put your question to Dr. Joel, what he has the area to come up with for the interest of the professionals and the business managers, let me share with you the business uh, complexities where the businesses are facing difficulties in moving advancements. These have got four areas: external, internal, operational, and strategic. In the external area, it encompasses global market volatility, technology changes, regulatory landscape, increasing competition, climate change, cybersecurity, geopolitical uncertainty, supply chain disruption. So these are the bare minimum, and these are being added further on, and with the intensity and with the new areas. So this is bringing challenges to the businesses. In the internal area, the complexities include talent acquisition and retention. This is the most important for the businesses to go on. The DEI and B, diversity, equity, inclusivity, and belonging. Then organizational culture and engagement, most important to maintain and create and craft the effective culture for businesses to move on. Digital transformation, information informed decision making, leadership development, change management, communication breakdown. In the operational area, it encompasses managing remote workforce, streamlining processes, quality control, managing logistics, customer satisfaction, adapting artificial intelligence and blockchain, managing intellectual property, mitigating risk. In the strategic arena, it encompasses an innovating business model, which is the most important in the present time, identifying new market, building strategic partnership, managing mergers and acquisition, competitive advantage, fostering innovation and research and development, managing global expansion, sustainable business strategies. So these areas all together brings the challenges to the businesses to move in the present time. So let's learn from Dr. Joel what he has to share with us in these areas. Are I mean, not necessary to touch upon all the areas, but whatever area he has the most extensive exposure and the wisdom he has, I will request him to please share his knowledge and experience with reference to how you were managing business advancements in the prevalent challenges of business complexity. This is the first question. Please, Dr. Joel.
Sure. So to start, I think it's important to kind of reframe how we see complexity, right? In the past, businesses treated complexity like a fire to put out or a risk to minimize. But today, complexity is baked into everything, right? From supply chains to stakeholder expectations to climate impacts to digital transformation. I mean, think about the challenges we saw after the pandemic with supply chains and the big tankers we saw off the coast of California being locked up for months and months and months, right? Lots of complexity there. I mean, we can sidestep, right? It's something we have to strategically engage with. What we've done is adopt sustainability as a guiding lens for navigating that complexity And I don't mean sustainability in a superficial or compliance-based way. I mean embedding sustainability into the core of how we run projects, into the DNA. Make decisions and define success. Make it the guiding lens of how we approach the project, not as an afterthought. For example, we use the P5 standard, the one that GPM developed, which expands our understanding of project impact beyond just time, cost, and scope. It brings people, planet, and prosperity as core dimensions. And that helps us see the real ripple effects of our work and our impact on communities, on ecosystems, on long-term resilience. And what's interesting is that once you start working this way, complexity doesn't feel so overwhelming. It becomes more structured. It becomes something you can measure, you can map, you can manage. Now, we've developed sustainability management plans that align project delivery with sustainability objectives, with ESG mandates, and we evaluate our initiatives using this tool in our model, which looks across 49 sustainability criteria, and there are that many. Everything from labor practices and decent work to human rights issues to even, dare I say, DEI today. Look out! But also GHG emissions, waste generation, and business case analysis, and everything in between. That level of structure gives us clarity even when things get chaotic. Now, on the human side, and this is huge, we've been investing in building capability across our teams, from leadership to project managers to new hires. We're making sure that everyone speaks the same language. Now, when it comes to sustainability and systems thinking, we run training programs and workshops all over the world, and even set up internal sustainability offices to steering groups. Because if we want to navigate complexity effectively, we need alignment. It's not just strategy, but in mindset. And this goes from the C-suite all the way down to those working on the ground. And I'll tell you, oftentimes the C-suite says, we know it's important, we know something has to be done, but we're not quite sure what to do. People on the bottom, they know it has to be done. It's making the connection top to bottom and actually making it happen. And the silos in the middle saying, yeah, I've been here 30 years, I'm about close to retirement, it's not going to happen. It's breaking down those walls. So that being said, we still face real challenges, and stakeholder expectations, they're changing fast. Reporting requirements are growing, and the pressure to deliver short-term results is always there. But by trying our strategy, long-term sustainable value, we found a way to make smarter decisions that hold up, regardless of what gets thrown at us next. And I'll tell you, what's coming next is a little bit different. And this is hot off the press, kind of. In 2026, there will be a pollution standard coming out for the Global Reporting Initiative. Every company that does sustainability reporting, and that's pretty much everybody from Pepsi Cola to H&M to Zara to anybody who does reporting, will have to start reporting on the pollution impacts to projects. And project managers out there who've never heard of this or never heard of how do I report on sustainability will have to start reporting their data. I know this because I'm on the working group writing that standard and then personally putting that in the standard. So it's going to hit you whether you know it or not, whether you like it or not. Sustainability will be part of your job requirement going forward. So complexity is going to get even more complex. But the nice thing is we have tools, we have methods, and it's not that hard to do. So it's a whole lot of fun.
Thank you, Dr. Joel. It's very impressive, your exposure that you have been so effectively helping the businesses to understand the complexities, importance, and how to manage it, and successfully to help them to move on. At this stage, I will request you to touch upon the second question I have, which is how you feel that the professionals, particularly business managers and the businesses, to move to the next level of performance. What should they do? What should they focus upon?
That's a good question. I love this question because it forces us to think about growth in a more meaningful way, right?
Yeah.
To me, I think moving to the next level isn't just about better KPI or bigger profits. It's about elevating the purpose and the integrity behind what we do. It's about aligning our performance with the future we actually want to live in. And in a world where sustainability is now a baseline expectation, not a bonus feature or a nicety to have, that means rethinking what success even looks like. I'll give you an example. We have a client who trying to make the shift from a for-profit company to a for-purpose organization. And then they told us, we're now a for-purpose organization. And everything we do is for purpose. And I asked them, what does that mean? And they looked at me and they said, we're for purpose. And I said, okay, let's do a little exercise. So I got the executives in a boardroom. I said, I'm going to draw a little graph, a little plus sign on the whiteboard here. Give me your project portfolio. I want you to tell me, what is the number one driver of your projects? I'm going to put people, planet, prosperity on this little graph. And I took their KPIs. It was kind of weird. It was environment, it was climate change, people, and value. Value is dollars, right? So the number one driver tend to be value, people, climate here. But it ended up being mostly value for dollars. And I said, really, you're not for purpose. You're for value still. And you're just saying you're for purpose because it's a marketing exercise. So in order to do that, you really have to walk the talk. That requires real change. To get to for purpose organizations, we have to actually recenter ourselves and change our mindsets. Now, for us, in practice, we're moving towards regenerative thinking. That's a whole nother ballgame. So not just minimizing harm, but actively contributing to positive outcomes. Whether that's environmental restoration, social equity, or economic inclusion, we're asking questions like, are our projects leaving communities better off? Are we creating jobs with dignity? Are we contributing to climate solutions, not just mitigating our impacts? It's no longer about do no harm, it's about are we doing good? And when we talk about performance, we have to talk about measurement. Are we integrating sustainability metrics into our performance frameworks? Now, we're tracking carbon impact, resource use, diversity outcomes, things that were once considered non-financial, but are now absolutely central to business value. In fact, with regulations like IFRS S2 and investor expectations evolving, if you're not measuring this stuff, you're behind and you're going to be gone. That's just the reality. I mean, look at the regulations coming out in Europe, CSRD, CSCD. There may be some setbacks, but that's short term. This is the new today. So, but here's something I really believe. You can't reach the next level if your culture isn't ready for it. And that's why we focus just as much on leadership and mentoring as we do on systems and metrics. We need leaders who are ethically grounded, emotionally intelligent, and system savvy. That's how we drive change that lasts. We've also learned that the next level of performance is a collective effort. No one person can move an organization forward alone. You know, I go back to the whole it takes a village kind of thing. That's why we've created feedback loops, collaboration platforms, and cross-functional teams to make sure everyone has a voice in shaping our sustainability journey. So yeah, performance still means outcomes and efficiency, but now it also means legacy. And the best part, when you do this right, sustainable performance is high performance. We're seeing better stakeholder trust, stronger partnerships, and more resilient business models. And maybe most importantly, we're seeing people believe in the work they're doing. And that in itself is a performance multiplier. The age-old question and the thing I hear most is, but it costs more. My argument is, no, sustainability doesn't cost more, bad project management does.
That's great. Just great. I totally appreciate that your learning and your suggestion and your advice for sustainability, and that true leadership is everything boils down to leadership. And leadership again is a mindset. Leadership of the team is not only that, this is the mindset of the each team member to behave and perform with that mindset so that the environment can be created for the businesses to move with sustainability. I totally agree with you. Thank you very much, Dr. Joel, for your sharing your experience and your learned wisdom. Thank you very much.
My
So
pleasure.
let me go through the services what PMO strategies provide to the businesses. Here are the services that it provides. It provides the diagnostic assessment of gaps in strategy and execution, because whatever strategy you have, if there are gaps in execution, it won't bring you the desired results. And for that, you need to have strategic alignments and discipline strategy execution. So this is the area where the PMO strategies have the expertise to help the businesses. Then the businesses, they have PMO. PMO strategies can maximize their functions and their performance. Further on, PMO strategies can help businesses on change management and cultural transformation, because cultural transformation is a basic thing which brings additional edge to the businesses to move to their desired directions in the advancements. So that's area where PMO strategies helps of businesses. Leadership development, mentoring, and coaching. Again, leadership is the basic requirements which is needed for the sustainability, for the culture, and for the advancement of the businesses to move in the directions it requires. So these are the areas which really help businesses to move on. PMO strategies also provides training that goes through building resilience and adaptability in the teams and leader, which is the need of the present time. Enhancing communication and collaboration. Without communication, you just cannot do whatever you are looking for. Driving innovation and creativity. This is the basic requirement in the present time, that if the innovation and creativity is distilled down in the team members at every level, then the success is there. Because in the present time, it is said that we have entered into an innovative economy. So innovative economy can only be taken up when it is distilled down at every level in the organization. Finally, develop strategic thinking and problem solving skills. That means that every team member needs to think strategically and 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 and, and create and work on the problem solving so that one can move on in the directions it requires to move. With this, thank you very much. And before I close it down, I will request Dr. Joel to share if anything final comes to his mind he wants the participants to know. Please, Dr. Joel.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, I would just say that you know, this is the year to do big things, and we have a lot of challenges facing us right now: climate change, geopolitical issues, and I think that sustainability is up to all of us. You don't have to change the world to change where you are right now, and to take it on yourself. So we have lots of free tools here at GPM. Go to gpm.org. They're all for free. Check us out.
Thank you very much. And with this, I will ensure you that if you have any more clarification required, any question, please feel free to reach out. And on behalf of Dr. Joel, I will ensure you that you will get the response. And with this, thank you very much. And thank you for your time and your learning interest. With this, let me go to the closing of it. And thank you very much. Dr. Joel, thank you very much.
My
Now,
pleasure.
I have closed down the recording. Now we can talk about.
Mhm.
I think it went on pretty well, and
Yeah.
whatever you are doing, Dr. Joel, I would like to have some time with you to understand and how I can work with you, because the area you are working is really very close to my heart, because sustainability is the basic requirement, and ESG, of course, without that, the businesses cannot move on for anything they want to, and for that, the sustainability is the basic thing. So when you have time, please let me know how can we find areas where I can work with you.
Sure, we'll do. There's actually there's going to be a big announcement coming out on April 7th. So a lot of things are going to change with us. So keep your ears open. I think you're going to be in for a big surprise.
Okay.
Big announcement coming.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I think before that, if we have a brief discussion on areas where you feel I can be helpful and I can add value, and where because my exposure to construction, particularly, and to managing consulting, that's the basic area where I can be helpful. So, but still, how can we can find areas where value addition is possible?
Fantastic. Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. With this, thank you very much, Dr. Joel, and for your time, for your interest, and for your contribution to this knowledge. And with this, thank you very much.
All right.
Looking forward to meet you again.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye bye.